Welcome. Thank you for joining me, the Old Grumpy Prosperity Team, and the Prosperous Divas for this special presentation of Grow Your Mind and Money. We are interviewing Steve Bass, an entrepreneur and man who has a vision of prosperity and well-being for all his community. Steve has experienced the other side of the mountain, the valley, and the mountaintop, and has used those challenges to empower himself and others to stay the course and take the actions to fulfill their dreams. Steve's strength through authenticity, commitment, and service has him be a champion for humanity. I can't wait to hear Shani, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry, as she performs Anything for You, My Love. Let it rip.
Anything for you, my love. Anything for you, my love. His words music to my ears, like gently wiping away tears. His need for me to be stress-free. His need for me to be happy, wanting me to know he loves me, driving the distance to save me, his love. Strong hugs and gentle kisses, always his special lady. Acknowledge what's been missing, holding me so close to inhale my scent, reminding me that I am a gift, smiling, happy to be by my side, making sure I know he loves being in my life, with no plans to go anywhere. His plan includes many more years, including old age, laughing all the way. Yes, finding the happy in it all, with his imprint on my soul when he placed many yesterdays, stay in the distance. We are meant to love like this. We are meant to smile like this. We are meant to support like this. I enthusiastically stand on cloud nine. His presence changes things. He picks me up when I'm lacking, keeps me laughing. In fact, our friendship shows just that, how we have each other's back. So I know he means it when I hear him say, anything for you, my love. His words, music to my ears.
Snap, snap, go tap it.
Okay, snap, 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 go Shani. Before we continue, it is time to see what prosperous thoughts Mr. Ronnie has for us on today. Ronnie B.
Thank you. Divine strength. I am safely enfolded in the protecting wing of divine spirit. No matter what storms may seem to surround me, I can find a peaceful center of calm. If I feel stress, I take a few moments to rest in the divine silence of prayer. My heart is at peace and my mind is free from unnecessary worries. Faith in my divinity dispels any fear, and I feel peace no matter what is going on in my life. I keep my mind centered on the calm peace of my divine soul. From my sacred center, my actions bring forth powerful results of divine good throughout any life drama. I draw strength in knowing that I am a divinely created being. I rely on the strength and power of the divinely infinite being I am. I am secure in my divine identity. When I'm present to about myself and growing my mind, when it comes to the theme, divine strength, is that divine strength is not about being strong. It's not about being strong. It's about the willingness to be vulnerable in the face of what there is. It is time for our special interview with Steve Bass. Diva Nikki, take it away.
Thank you, Ronnie B. In this part of the interview, we learn about a challenge Steve faced and having his dreams fulfilled. A challenge that knocks the wind out of his sails. Somehow, some way, he kept going and turned that challenge from seeming defeat to victory. Thank you, Steve, for being on the show tonight.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Steve, please share an incident or time in your life that knocked the wind out of your sails. When the going got even rougher and you felt like you were lost. Please be as specific as possible so we can truly appreciate what you were experiencing.
Okay. I think that would be the time that I was diagnosed with MS. I had no idea what MS was at the moment, but the more I learned about it, I found out that I was unable to do the things that I was doing at the time as far as my music and going to the studio and setting up for shows and doing all of the heavy lifting and the stressful stuff that comes along with performing and studio work. And as time went on, I found that the people around me wasn't exactly accepting of what I was going through. And by them not knowing themselves what the disease was, they kind of strayed away. And as more people strayed away, jobs and my talented people around me didn't seem to need my expertise anymore. So I went through a moment of depression, plus dealing with disease as far as not working. And as for a man, all you know is work. And just for somebody to tell you you can't work anymore, it's hard to wrap your head around that. Plus, you can't do your music and people don't give you the opportunity to prove yourself anymore. So you have to dig down deep in yourself and your faith to understand what's going on and depend on your spiritual being to rely and to give you the strength. And I had to dig down deep and believe in myself. And I got through it fairly well, and it comes back from time to time, but you know, my faith is very strong, and I have a very strong support system with me now. So what I'm doing now is trying to come up with a new way of using my talent that God gave me as far as not working with artists, but starting my own independent production as far as instrumentals for background music. And it's a new focus, and it keeps me going.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that challenge. And also your new inspiration and desire. During the time that you were dealing with this situation in the beginning, did you blame other people, your circumstances, or yourself?
I pretty much, I couldn't blame anybody for what happened, but I leaned on more toward what did I do. I guess I blamed myself or what brought it on, the situation that I was going through. but I didn't blame anybody but myself, I guess. It's nobody contributed in giving me MS. I mean, it's something that just is, and if it's something that I did, I think I struggled with that, and I had to let it go and just realize that things are the way they are. You know, so that's not really. You can't start pointing fingers, because if you do, you're trying to get it away from yourself. But really, you got to look in yourself to see what the real deal is before you can start looking around other places. That's just the way I feel about it. Yeah. And there's no way that you can grab somebody and say, why did you do this, without looking at yourself.
That's so true. At what point did you stop caring about who or what to bring?
Whenever I realized that you can't really dwell on it, because if you do, you will never pull yourself up from the ashes. I mean, it's time, you got to refocus. And instead of saying what I can't do, figure out what you can do and build on that. You know, I can't go in the studio and spend the hours that I want to, but I can go in the studio and spend what hours I can. I can't go on shows and set up my own stuff anymore, but I can go to do smaller shows for shorter lengths of time. You have to work it the way you can. If you love it the way I do, and the way other musicians and artists do, you find a way because it's in you.
Thank you. When would you say you started to see the light of freedom and possibility? What steps did you take to start the journey toward the light?
Like I said, I whenever I realized that I couldn't do things as strongly as I used to, I started to start my production as far as instrumental music. I'm the only artist. I write my own music, and I promote that music as far as licensing and anything that uses background music, such as radio spots, advertising, movie scenes, anything that used the backdrop of music. And I started targeting that and put all my energy into that. And that way I can work at my own pace. I'm my own boss. I mean, there's no set date that I got to do anything. I mean, it pretty much takes most of the stress out of it. So I guess I started focusing on that more and stop worried about what I couldn't do and what I could, and started focusing on what I can.
Would you definitely face the challenges and definitely open up the light and freedom? So thinking about our theme, divine strength, what are you present to that you're willing to share with our listeners?
I guess just to never stop dreaming. I mean, never stop dreaming, never stop striving to be better. Don't take no for an answer. Take the disappointments and grow from them. And just live life in love. That's all. And your faith. Be strong in your faith.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Before I share what is present for me, let me check with the panel and see what is present for them from the interview. And I'm going to start with Diva Janet.
Thank you. Wow, what a beautiful testimony. What's present for me from the interview is ownership, that you just took ownership of your destiny and realizing what was present from the beginning. There is a seed that remains. And it just reminds me to remember what God has placed in my hands and what I'm capable of doing, no matter what the setbacks may have been and what they are or possibly will be in the future, but to always have a mindset to keep things moving. So I just found it to be really fascinating.
Thank you, Diva Janet.
You're welcome.
Next, Empress Nakia.
Yes, I can really appreciate the experience that you went through, the owning of what happened, and just not stopping, not giving up, and just getting clear of what occurred, getting clear with what occurred. So, and just knowing how to stand in your faith and representing yourself to the impact and the difference that you can make and the difference that you're making in your life, and how you can't give up, you can't quit, and you just move forward. And thank you for sharing.
Thank you. And thank you for that.
Thanks for Empress of Faith. Mr. Ronnie B.
Wow, Steve, one thing that I'm really, really present to is not what you don't have. What are you doing with what you do have?
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing with what you do with the blessings you already have?
Yes.
And people think that they need something else so that they can fulfill on their dreams, so they can have that great relationship. See, I got to have something else to have that. But then I'm looking at what they do have. Are you using a tenth of what you do have? Or are you taking that for granted? Saying that you appreciate things. Saying, I appreciate. Appreciating is valuing what you have and having that value increase. And that's with people, relationships, your money, your dream being fulfilled.
Yep.
Your dream didn't stop. You looked around and said, what do I have?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I will never, ever, ever be Denzel Washington. I just won't. But I'm a hell of a Ronnie B. I'm the baddest Ronnie B around. Find me another Ronnie B. Because I'm a bad Ronnie B boy, but I'll never be Denzel Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I don't like acting. So I'm really, really present, to that power. And it's like, I don't know what the listeners will be getting tonight, but man, you have been a treat.
Thank you, sir.
What I'm present to is, number one, being present to what a man, the vulnerability of what a man is trained to do all his life, and then pretty much being told way before you would even expect it or prepare for it that is no longer your option. According to how society would say you're supposed to get this thing done. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And being vulnerable in that enough to share that with us authentically so that someone else can get that too. And then people that used to be there not really being able to be there any longer. So your circle changing, not even just your relationship circle, your friendship circle, but your whole entire circle shifted and changed while you yourself are in the midst of adapting and changing.
Mm.
And then wanting to acknowledging that there is, like, if you could blame somebody, you really can't blame anybody, so that there is nobody for you to shake and really
That's
be
right.
mad at.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
so when you don't have a place to place your feelings, a place to place your anger, your frustration, and still not taking yourself out of the way of that attempted blame, of that attempted finger. If you're going to attempt, you're not going to exempt yourself at the attempt.
Mm-hmm.
But then to come to the resolve that I'm still here, I still being grateful for what you have, making the most of that, and what can I do with what I have? And create an opportunity now. Now create an opportunity that maybe you would not have began to create had not the situation arrived the way that it did.
Yes. That's true.
Thank you. And acknowledging that you do have a support system, and you have a strong and a solid support system.
Yes,
and,
indeed.
Yeah. So you're not forcing yourself to walk this alone. You're not isolated. You're allowing people to walk this part of the journey with you and love you. And you're allowing yourself to be loved.
That's right. That's so true.
Well, thank you. And thank you, Diva Janice, Empress Nikia, and Ronnie B. We will hear more from Steve later in the show. It is time now for a prosperous experience, as always. We have some inspiring words from Miss Cookie. Empress of Faith, Nikia, over to you.
Thank you. Such an amazing, amazing segment. So we're going to let go and let God. I release that which no longer serves me. I let go and let God. Cleaning out closets and getting rid of clothes and gadgets and toys or appliances is a healthy activity. Now, it allows me to remove those things I no longer want or need and make space for new things. Letting go of thoughts, ideas, or habits that no longer serve me is cleaning out my mental closet. Now, I release those things I no longer want or need, and in doing so, I make room for new positive ideas and practices. See, I let go and let God. Today, I clean my inner house. If a negative thought appears, I sweep it away. If I feel worried about a loved one, my finances, or health, I acknowledge the thought and release it. I open my mind to new ideas, positive activities, and practices that will enrich my life. I am receptive to the good things that is unfolding before me now. So, Diva Nikki, take us to break.
Thank you. Stay tuned for the Kitchen with Miss Cookie and join me at the corner. We are featuring music from none other than Steve Bass. Welcome back. We give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money, and we do it all with love. Something smells great, and we're in the kitchen. And I think it's a Miss Cookie dish that's whipping up in the kitchen that Mr. Ronnie is sharing the recipe. So, Mr. Ronnie.
All right. Welcome to the kitchen. We have a great recipe to feed those hearty appetites that have been working diligently on growing their minds and money. Now, Miss Cookie has a heavenly recipe for us this week. And this is one of those recipes that Steve, this is one of those where you've been working, but you want something to eat that's like, kind of really good, but you don't really want to do a bunch of work. It's the Lazy Day stuffed sausage.
Okay.
Now, you say it sounded good already. Lazy Day. And I'm going to tell you, people will be like, ooh, that. All right, so the prep time is 5 minutes. Takes about 30 minutes to cook. And so the total time, 35 minutes. Now, easy ingredients, 5 Italian sausage links, about 1.5 to 2 pounds.
Mm-hmm. 5
mozzarella cheese sticks, a half a cup of marinara sauce. Now, this is Lazy Day stuffed sausage. So I know there's some folks in the audience going, you just going to get some stove mozzarella cheese sticks and you're going to get some of that Daenerys, half a cup of marinara sauce. I didn't say that. Those are the ingredients. You can go to Whole Foods. Shout out to them. I don't care. Personally, I'm going to go get the good stuff for my Lazy Day. Maybe lazy, but I like good ingredients. Now, the instructions. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Now, I have to explain that to some people. Preheating your oven to 400 degrees is not turn on the oven, set it at 400, and put the food in. That is not the same thing. You wait until the thing gets to 400. Now, use kitchen scissors to cut a sausage down the side. Do not remove the casing. What you're simply going to do is put a mozzarella stick inside the sausage and press it back into its shape. Now, you can do little things like slice some little jalapeno peppers, little thin slices, stuff them on in there as well. Now, put it casing side down in an 8 by 10-inch baking pan and repeat with the remaining sausage. Pour the marinara sauce over the sausage. Bake for 30 to 40 minutes, until the sausage is nice and juicy and at least 160 degrees when you check it with a meat thermometer. Now, any type of sausage with a casing will work. Turkey, pork, chicken, whichever you prefer is fine. It just needs the casing to hold it together. That is a lazy. You ain't got to do no work, and if you're watching the game, they're going to gobble it up. Now, it's time for the corner. With emphasis of faith in the kid. I was trying to get the good ones. Let's give her a smooch and a rose. All right, let's see here. And do we have a technical, or did the Empress of Faith mute herself?
I apologize.
Oh, okay. You gabbing away. We love modern tech. She's gathering right. Yes. Okay. Hope springs eternal.
Okay. Welcome to the corner. So we are featuring music tonight. I love you, Ronnie. Love you, Nikki. From our guest, Steve Bass. Now, don't get nervous, Steve. Even though the diva, Janice, has been known to throw some fertilizer, you'll be
okay.
Now, we asked him to vote whether the
Not
track
me.
rolls. Oh, Janice.
Oh, really?
I do it too.
I'm the nice one.
Okay.
Undercover. So we asked whether the track should get a smooch and a rose or if it needs fertilizing. So we're going to hear the first track, Remember Me. So, Ronnie B., can you... all right. Now, is Remember Me getting a smooch and a rose or some free fertilizer? Diva Janice, let's start with you. What do you have for us?
Wow. Well, thank you. And Steve, I'm the harmless one. I really am. I have a quick question for you. How many years have you been writing?
About 20 years professionally, but I've been producing mostly.
Okay. All right. I just have two things I hear. I love the smoothness of your song. I really love Remember Me. And as a musician myself, what I was waiting for is, especially getting past some of the smoothness of the first, I guess, maybe a minute and a half of the song, I was waiting for some sax riffs so I can hear some saxophone riffs in there, and I can hear a lead guitar riff, especially coming towards the end where you're going to vamp it up and then smooth it down to give people something to remember me by. That's my suggestion to you because it's nicely arranged. I would just think of, and this is my suggestion, to adding those elements, those musical elements, because for a moment, just listening to the melody, I was thinking of Dave Koz, but then I was waiting for Dave Koz to come in with the sax. And,
oh yeah.
Or either a Peter White, with the lead guitar, just some riffs, just a few riffs to add a little bit more flavor. But I'm going to give you a smooch and a rose today. I really like that. I like that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
That was awesome. Thank you, Diva Janice. And you are
getting... It's sweltering here. I know I'm not in my right mind. No, just joking.
Hey, that was a smooch and a rose. Diva Nikki.
I have smooches and roses, and I cannot wait to hear how she adds the suggestion from Diva Janice to see what that sounds like, because I anticipate that. But, yes, smooches and roses,
Wonderful, awesome. Thank you, Diva.
Thank you.
Ronnie B.
Yeah, well, I've never been known to, throw poop in the pool. I like it a track, and I'm with Janice. Those subtle elements or not so subtle elements would have been nice. Smooch and rolls.
Awesome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So I have a rose in a hand and a big bag of fertilizer in the other hand. So, how am I feeling right now? Am I feeling some love or am I feeling some poop? You know what? I'm going to give it a smooch and a rose. And I, too, agree. I was waiting because it was smooth. And I was waiting for it to, throw some extra play up in there. I'm not musical, part, expertise like Miss Janice. However, I thought it was absolutely lovely. Thank you so very much for sharing that with us. So,
thank you.
Absolutely. Now we're going to hear a piece of me, and we're going to decide whether or not it's going to get a smooch and a rose or some fertilizer. Ronnie B., over to you. right. So, is a piece of me getting a smooch and a rose or a bit of fertilizer? Now, this time we're going to go with the lovely and amazing Diva Nikki.
A smooch and a rose, and thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Okay. And the most amazing and fabulous love, Diva Janice. What do you have for us, my dear?
Stevie, you're killing me. Dude, you got some good stuff. I thought I was listening to Miles Davis for a moment because this piece reminds me of Miles Davis.
Thank you.
It has that vibe to it. And it also reminds me a little of Rick Braun. On this song, you have so much room to open up and stretch out with the integration of a few riffs. I'm not sure why you were sparing the horns in this piece, but most certainly there's so much room there for those types of riffs. Even in the beginning, after the song starts, before you go into the second part of it, there's room there. And then what I also hear in the song, you have room for some Asian elements because it also reminds you of someplace exotic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It does. So don't be afraid to sprinkle those things in there. It's just going to bring everything out in the mix. But I love this. I love this. I love it. So yeah.
Thank you. I will do that.
I'm going to give you half a rose, but I'll give you a full smooch, all right? You got something to it. Yeah, you got something. That's what I'm saying. Man, you're killing me. This is good. But
rose and a half a
wow. Yeah, he has a half a rose. I took some of my petals off. But I give you a full smooch. Absolutely.
Ronnie B? Yes, he did.
I took them off. I want him to do something with this because there's so much potential with this song. It's so much potential.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
all right, Ronnie B.
I told you to need rare.
Diva Nikki, you sound like you're the tunnel. But other than that, Steve, I just want to say that thank you for making me right. And what I mean by that is becoming a partner with the Old Grumpy Radio Network.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah. And so this is like this is the real stamp of approval. I'm just the smiling face. It's the getting past them, See, they know they're all right with them. They know I'm a marshmallow, So they go, look, we know he ain't nothing but an old marshmallow. So so it's there. But hey, bro. Since someone was being a little stingy on the roses, I'm giving you 24 roses. Now, I ain't going all out on the smooches now because I don't go that way. So, but hey, man, 5 on the black hand side.
Thank you for that, bro.
We have 24 roses. We have with rose petals, rose bud with no petals. We have in a rose, and I'm going to give you a full rose smooches because I definitely would also like for you to really space and really put yourself out there because you have some amazing music and the potential for it to expand and explode is far so. But I can hear the playing it safe, and that's what we do. We stay where we're comfortable, but get where you need to be so you can be where you're supposed to get. Got that?
I will. I thank you for that.
So, if they like your music, what do you do, and where do you want show in order to...
Well, you can find, excuse me?
No, go ahead. Huh?
It's good.
Sorry, Steve. Go ahead, Steve. What were you saying?
Oh, I was saying that you can find most of it at www.stevebaz1.bandcamp.com. It's got all the two that you've heard now, and some more instrumentals that you hopefully will be hearing on this station or background.
All right. Thank you so kindly. And Diva Nikki, you have all that chatter that's going on. Go ahead and take us a break. Take us to break, please.
Okay, sure, of course. Up next, down in the Sunshine Lounge, Empress Nakia will continue our interview with Steve Bass. Voices from Divas. Welcome back. We give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money, and we do it all with love. Now, Shawnee left the key to the lounge with Mr. Ronnie. Let's see what's going on in the lounge. Mr. Ronnie.
Welcome to Shiny Sunshine Lounge, where we feature a mixture of goodies that will stimulate your mind and maybe have you tap your feet. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have an awesome poet performing here at Shiny Sunshine Lounge. We have Persist, and he's going to perform Friends with Benefits. I think we need to check this out.
They say if you truly want to know yourself, look at your 5 closest friends, because you're a reflection of the people you spend most of your time with. Whether you like it or not, like them or not, friends can do 2 things: either push us forward or pull us back. Because you see, as a young basketball player, I never really felt the need to learn how to jump until all of my friends started to dunk. And as a young student, I only really started to get in trouble in class when all of my friends started to flunk. Think about it. When you got your results, who were the first people you asked? So how did you do in English, maths and art? And you know that we always assumed our grades were okay, as long as we got more A's than our mates. But when it came to getting into college, did all of you guys get accepted into the same place? You see, that's why I say it's important to have friends with benefits. Because if they don't add to your life, then they subtract from it. And if they don't do nothing at all, that's just as bad. Because breaking even isn't an exact profit. Listen, as humans, we look at our surroundings and learn to adapt to it. So if you surround yourself with bums, what do you expect will be the outcome? You end up full of shit. Because life is too short to live for other people's ideas. That's the harsh reality. And whenever I use the term friend, I add air quotes. Because apparently I have 30,000 friends on Facebook, 200,000 on YouTube, 33,000 on Twitter. But when things hit the fan, all they ever did was like my picture. So wait, am I implying, contrary to popular belief, that you should only be friends with people that can help you? Yes, I am. People that respect your identity and decisions you choose to make indefinitely. People that can help you grow. Because true friends are people that benefit you emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and regularly. Not a friend that causes you no fun. Just because you believe to enjoy yourself, you don't always need to get drunk. Not one that has sex and laughs at your virginity because you believe in integrity. Not a friend that smokes and makes you the butt of the joke when you're opposed to performing, although they know you're an athlete and understand how it affects your performance. Not a friend that puts you down 9 out of 10 times whenever you're in a crowd, but then becomes your best buddy when no one else is around. That's not a true friend. But at the same time, remember, one hand washes the other before they can both wash the face. So before you can expect good friends, you have to learn to be one yourself. And that involves having morals that you stand by and stick to. Because as Malcolm X said, the man that stands for nothing will fall for anything. So there's nothing wrong with having friends with benefit. So ultimately, both of you can find ways to benefit each other. Peace.
All right. Panel is Friends with Benefits, performed by Persist, getting some snap snaps or some rotten tomatoes. Diva Nikki, how say ye?
Snap, snap, snap. I love it. Snap, snap, snap. Jingle keys. That was, I love it. Yes. Friends with Benefits, has such a negative expression, and he added light on it into it. I always take light. Yes. Next.
Diva Janet, how say ye?
Oh, my goodness. I just love him. I always knew it wasn't wrong to expect to have people to bring something to the table. Truly a snap, snap, and a double snap. I love it. And see, he also, he put some light on the fact that those who have been considered gold diggers weren't just really gold diggers. They were looking for friends with benefits. So, yes. I love it.
Our guest, Steve Bass, are you giving Persist some snap snaps, or are you throwing rotten tomatoes as well?
Oh, no tomatoes. I give him 2 snaps and double snap. He hit the nail right on the head with some stuff, and he said it out and about, and take it as it is,
All right. Empress of Faith.
I am going to give it some snaps. And I like what Nikki said. Friends with benefits, there's always a negative connotation with it, but when somebody can really throw a twist on there and let you see it in a different perspective, you have a different level of relationship with it. So, snaps.
All right. Well, I'm certainly giving Persist some snaps. If you enjoyed the performance from Persist, you can check him out on YouTube and the Old Grumpy Radio Network. Now it's time to continue our interview with Steve Bass. Oh, yeah, champion for humanity. Over to Empress Nakia.
All right. First of all, I just want to say, yeah. Mr. Bass, see, you are truly a champion for humanity. And everybody, guess what? We love him. So, Steve, please share the aha moment when you knew in your heart of hearts that being an entrepreneur and business owner in the music entertainment industry was the right thing for you.
Okay, I think that moment came when I had an opportunity to do some advertisement background music for, let's say, a friend. And the music that I did, I wasn't prepared for the acceptance that I got from it. And that overwhelming acceptance of that music was, I might got something here, and I think that jumped me off to pursue it even more. I'm glad that I took that chance on my friend, and I'm glad that he took a chance on me.
Wow. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
What circumstances, people, or new challenges come into consideration as you do the work to hone your craft and build your business? That's one of the questions. The other part is, what will success look like for you in the future? And what are your measures for success from a personal and business perspective? Those are the current three questions that I have for you at the moment.
Okay. The first one, building your business with your craft is it takes a lot of patience, sometimes trial and error, faith, believing in yourself, and again, not taking no for an answer. That's pretty much how I head up getting started into where I am now. But the second one, it was, what do I have success for the future? I have a lot of things on the platter that I would like to delve into. I have some that's sitting there, as you want to say, sizzling now. It's on pause. The future looks pretty good right now if everything holds true. And the third one, business for success, I guess. Like I said, for the pretty much first one, just believe. Just believe. Just believe in yourself and be positive. There's no negativity. Just believe.
Well. Steve, with your measures for success, how will you know? And that's what we want our listeners to get. How will you know? How do you determine that you have that level of success? And, what milestones do you have in place to distinguish or to determine that you're being successful and you're meeting measures in your personal and professional life?
Oh, in my personal life is that it's just the train of the way that the business is going now and the new avenues that's open up, and I have no major successes, but the smaller successes are very major to me, if that makes sense. It shows me that I'm going in the right direction. There's small successes, like I said, but it means a lot to me, and it drives me farther. I don't know if I answered the question, but yeah.
We all have what you would call, what you said, as small measures. Success is success. You achieve this at this point, and your next level of success to determine that your music is number one on the charts is you reach the billboards. You're number 15 on the billboards. I don't know all the music terminology. That's not my background. However, all the small moments, quote unquote small moments, lead up and create those big moments of success until ultimately you get to where you want to be. So is there anything specific that you're looking at that you're trying to accomplish, and you see your those measures being made in order for you to get there?
I guess it would be just the licensing opportunities that I have on the table. If I could land that major contract with a movie, as far as being on their soundtrack, or some major something like that, I guess that would put me toward being where I want to be. That's my dream, is to get there now. Like I said, you said like all the small ones lead to a big one. But hopefully all the small ones that I have will lead to that right there. That's my goal.
Okay, awesome. And in that space, are any challenges or circumstances come into consideration your preference skill and build your business at that point?
I couldn't hear all of that. Can you say that again?
I was saying, in speaking of your vision to have your music as a soundtrack in a movie, and you moving toward that through those milestone moments, through those quote unquote small successes, are there any circumstances or people or new challenges that come into consideration as you work to hone your craft and build your business to accomplish that?
Yes, there is. There's always someone that don't want you to succeed, and they're putting negativity in your ear and in your pathway. The thing is to overlook that and don't listen to the crowds around you or the people that you think are helping you. You got to be very wary of that. But yeah, there's some obstacles as far as individuals and I'd say other companies that could block the way. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing. So now let's talk about a disappointment that has pushed you forward and opened a new possibility for you in accomplishing your goals.
Okay. I guess that would be, I had the opportunity to head up a new record label in L.A. I was contacted by a label executive. They wanted me to, he was going to fly me down and do this and that. But circumstances here personally, I couldn't go. And I felt bad about that because I felt like that was my opportunity. But missing that opportunity put me into a position as far as getting music placed where I wanted to. If I hadn't been here, I would have missed the opportunity to get as far as I am now.
Wow.
So I'm glad that it didn't work out there. I was devastated, but if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't advance as far as I am now. If that makes sense.
It makes sense, absolutely. Okay, so please share a moment or event that your face and it's rough.
Excuse me, you're breaking up again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Please share a specific moment or event that brings a smile to your face when the going gets rough.
Okay. That would have to be, I'm a studio rat. I love the studio. In certain moments, you know, when you're in the studio and it gets late and people be silly. And we had a moment in the studio once with our engineer. He was a guitar player, and we were playing around. And let's just say he's not a hip-hop artist, and we were working with hip-hop artists, and he couldn't get the rhythm of it. And I don't know if it was the late night or it was just funny to us, but you talking people laughing so hard that they're crying. And it made just a light atmosphere. And I often go back to that to giggle a little bit there.
Oh, awesome. You heard me giggling, so I could just imagine.
Yeah, you had to be there. You had to be there.
Thank you so much for sharing. And let me check in with the Divas and see what is present for them from the interview, okay? Thank you so much. So, Diva, Is there anything that you would like to share that has become present to you from the interview?
Absolutely. Thank you. First and foremost is the can-do attitude. I really love that. Just being present to make the best and also thrive as the days are presented. And what I'm also hearing is not to prorate your life to the extent that you are not present to take care of the things that are necessary to build a platform so that you can do the futuristic things. So I find it very enriching how he has traversed through these various moments that could have been very detrimental, because if you're a person who's accustomed to being on the go and being that decision maker about a lot of things and then have to pause and rely upon people, that is the most disheartening position to be in. So it makes you work harder to look to you and to God with, once again, as we spoke earlier in the show, about what you already possess and looking at what you already have and to put those things into action no matter what. But this has been a very awesome interview. Really, really awesome.
Wonderful, wonderful. Diva Nikki, what do you have to share, love? Diva Nikki, Diva Nikki, Diva Nikki, Diva Nikki, Diva Nikki.
Me and this muted mic. What I have to share is finding the joy and just keeping the joy of what you love as the thing to continue to encourage you, even as that is part of your journey, part of your solution to your obstacle, to your challenge.
Okay. All right. Mr. Ronnie B.
Wow. I'm present to how there is every opportunity to make, I'll just say, to make MS a hindrance.
Yeah.
Every opportunity for that. And what I'm present to is how many people I have had conversations with for having their dreams fulfilled, who had, I'll put it like this, who allow circumstances to have them. So, just the courageousness and the presence of mind to fully get that you have circumstances. Circumstances do not have you. So thank you, Steve, for just for your sharing. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ronnie B. Thank you, Divas. So, Steve, thank you so much for your transparency, your courageousness, and not stopping, not taking the no's as truth, not taking the path of, you know what, there's something in my space and it's stopping me, and I can't get past it. For owning possibility for your life, for owning who you are and creating and recreating who you are each and every day, each and every moment, to get you beyond that experience, beyond the moment. So therefore you can continue to be a test and a testimony to so many people that have experiences and circumstances, and knowing that we can still push through it, over and beyond it, and our situation and circumstances, we make it worse or bad or however. But we always forget to look at we're all human beings, being human, and we all have our own challenges, and we just can't give up, and we got to keep going and have faith and don't take no for an answer. So thank you so much for sharing. And I know, Steve, that we could share forever, but it is time to hear from our listeners. So, Diva Nikki, what do you hear from the ethers?
The ethers. Well, we have Cleo McGovern over in Cleveland, Texas, and he says, I have noticed a lot of the work done on this show is about looking at yourself and what character you are playing in the play you are writing about your life. Oh, the character. When I look at my life and my present struggles, I am starting to take control and owning up to the fact it is my life and I am doing with it what I choose. I act like I'm the innocent victim when the truth is I set up others to be the villain. I am always looking for what others are doing behind my back when in fact I'm the sneaky one. I make sure people only see the smiling good side. I'm tired of being a fraud, and I'm starting to see why my relationships suck. What's that old saying? Any club that would have me as a member, I don't want to join. I play a character in my own play, and because of this show, I'm taking charge and creating a character from my stand of having a great life that includes authentic, loving friends, and yes, a great guy who loves all my nonsense but sees how great I can be. Love you, Divas. Let me take in with the Divas and our guests and see what is present for them from this voice from the ethers. Diva Janice?
Darling, what's present for me is life is freaking fantastic. And when we learn to appreciate it, and with all of the fluctuations, it's just a pretty place to be and to live and to understand that God gave us choices. And it's up to us what we do with the choices, but this is a freaking good place to be. And that's what's present for me, because we're just outstanding in all of our forms, and we just have to own it. That's what I took away.
Thank you, Diva Janice. And how about Empress Nakia?
I thought that was such a revealing share. And Cleo, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because you hit the nail on the head. It is about us looking at ourselves and what character, who we're being in the space of life when we're engaging with so many different people, and how we write our own lives and how we have people relate to us based on who we're being and how we're engaging, how we're interacting with others. And taking control and owning up to the fact that it is your life and you are doing with it what you choose, that in itself is so powerful. Own it, claim it, declare it, be it. And I love how you just really got flat with how we as individuals act as innocent victims, and we set up other people to be the villains. And you just told the whole story. You just revealed it all. And I thank you so much for sharing, being present, and owning who you are and who you're going to be in this world for all of us. So continue to share with us, write in, and thank you so much, Cleo McGovern, for just letting us know and impacting us. Be blessed.
Thank you, Empress Nakia. Steve. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it was very, very empowering, and what she was saying about herself and being who she is very much what everyone should point for, and I loved it. I loved it.
And Mr. Ronnie.
Wow, Cleo. We're either the hero or the victim of whatever story we're writing, depending on the point in time. And the power is in getting that. One, you write the story, and two, you play a character, and three, you have people fit into the roles that you want them to play, which has nothing to do with what is happening in reality.
Wow.
Because, see, in reality, they don't know that they're a character in your play because they're too busy having you be a character in their play. So the power is getting that, and once you get that, you can actually get present and get that. If I'm going to create a character, I might as well at least say what the character will be, and live up to that character. Well, live up to that. I'm a Boy Scout. I am. I'm really, I am a Boy Scout. And yes. I take pride in being a Boy Scout. I'm the guy that's going to help the little old lady across the street.
Yeah.
Because that's what Boy Scouts do. And I love it, and that's the character. Okay, except for when I don't want to be a Boy Scout. Then I'm another character. I'm tired of playing boy. Okay, now I'm going to be this other character. And you get to choose that, and you get to be responsible for your choice. So I love the I am doing. People think that they're not doing what they want to do. Yes, you are. You're doing exactly what you want to do, because otherwise you do something else.
Facts.
That's just kind of how the party roll. Back to you, Diva, Nikki.
I have concurred with what everyone else has said. And to add to that, I want to touch on this smiley face thing. See the good side. Tired of being a fraud. Yeah. You know why I want to touch on that? Because that really and truly does not allow people to love us and embrace us for exactly who we are. And that also does not allow others to see us being human. Being human is experiencing every emotion that there is. Every last single one of them. The good side, always showing the good side, only allows people to play the very small role of a fair weather friend. Then, when all of a sudden something very dramatic life-changing happens, and they don't know how to handle it, we wonder why. We never gave them any opportunity along the way. That being said, thank you, Cleo, for writing us and standing up and choosing your character. Empress Nakia, please take us to break.
Coming up in the next segment, then the finale. Steve Bass's final interview with Diva Nikki, food for thought and future wealth. Welcome back now. We give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money. And yeah, we do it all with love. Over to Diva Nikki for the finale.
Thank you, Empress Nakia. Steve, thank you for sharing. Now, I have a few more questions, so let's go. What challenges do you see lurking in the water that will try to slow you down or take you off the path from having your business succeed beyond expectations?
Really, I see none. I think there's none that I see that can really stop the progress that I'm going other than myself just giving up, and I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Well, please share 2 pitfalls you have seen people fall into when it comes to being consistent in their actions for having their dreams and desires manifested.
Oh, wow. Just not believing in, well, let me rephrase that, not putting in the work properly. A lot of people get discouraged whenever things don't evolve the way they want to, and they pretty much give up on their dreams and their desires. The thing of it is that, like I said earlier, you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in what you're doing, and as long as you got that going for you and your faith, I mean, the sky's the limit.
Okay. All righty. Would you please share with us one practice you use daily to keep yourself in action and focused on the results you intend to produce?
Practice, prayer, stand focused, and believing, like I always say, in faith. I mean, I can't say that enough. Just believe in what you're doing and your faith. Just keep it there, and don't let nobody shake it. You know. That's what I do with everything, every move that I make in life. You know, I just try to keep it 100 with myself. You know, I know what I can do, I know what I can't do, and when I can't do it, I just pray about it and move on.
I can appreciate that. I know I'm not the only one. Thank you. What do you have on your plate, personally, and with your business? And how can our listeners learn more about and projects?
As far as what I have on my plate, a lot of opportunities for licensing. Like I said, I push for that every day, every free second that I have. I have a very busy personal life, so the time that I have on it lessens sometimes, but every spare moment that I have to myself, I'm dedicated to that with the placements of music. As far as the listeners learn more about my services, is, like I said, go to the website, prosperousdiva1.bandcamp.com, and it's got my email address there if you need to contact me about any of my music, or if you need any of my music for your services. If you contact me, I can go more into details. I have in the process of putting up another personal website with all my information on it, as far as how contacts and licenses, fees, and this and that. But first of all, check there and contact me, and we'll go from there.
That is great, Steve. Thank you so much. Let me check in with the Prosperous Divas and see what questions around the interview. And I'm going to go with none other than Janet.
Thank you. This has been so refreshing. I mean, just absolutely refreshing. Simply because for those who are on the brink of giving up, they're going to realize there is just so many opportunities still waiting to be fulfilled in their lives if they would just keep going. And I just think it's remarkable, the spirit that you are releasing into the universe to encourage the least of them. Because when you have MS, and I have a twin brother with.
Thank you. Empress Nakia?
I'm just present. Thank you for sharing. That's what's so for me.
Mr. Ronnie?
Wow, once again, I just really want to thank you, Steve, and that's pretty much what's present for me is just the I am humble, and I am so filled with gratitude and appreciation for all that I love and all that I will love. So thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Well, what I'm present to right now is gratitude, humility, and love, chances and opportunities. I want to thank you so much, Steve, for sharing your time and your courage with us and your challenges. I'm looking forward to everything that is coming forward for you taking your stand and being a champion for humanity. And welcome to the Prosperity family.
I thank you guys for having me.
Well, Steve, please stay for the rest of the show. Thank you for sharing and being on Grow Your Mind and Money. It has been wonderful. But please stay for the rest of the show.
I sure will.
You will? Thank you. I wonder what special dish Mr. Ronnie has cooked up for us on Food for Thought.
Let me tell you, this will satisfy that transformational hunger. It is juicy and it is delicious. Divine success. I move in the best direction for my highest outcome. I give voice to my soul's creative expression in all its forms. With my inventive spirit, I am empowered to strive for greater success. I want to grow and to be the best me possible. My success is measured by the satisfaction of moving in the direction of my best and highest outcomes. It has been shared. Success is doing what you said you would do consistently with clarity, focus, ease, and grace. Success is doing what you said you would do consistently with clarity, focus, ease, and grace. Success is doing what you said you would do consistently with clarity, focus, ease, and grace. Guided by divine success, I give voice to and act on my innermost yearning. Flexibility and acceptance help guide me in the fulfillment of my goals and dreams. Divine grace enables me to move toward my achievement with confidence and a steady spirit. And this is my prayer, that your love may overflow more and more with knowledge and full insight. That your love may overflow more and more with knowledge and full insight. Given the theme divine success, an action I would take this week in manifesting the future I desire is to call anyone that I love, and the presence of love is missing in my experience. Over to Empress Nakia for future wealth manifesting and creating from the future now. Empress, I see it. I see those notes. Bring it out.
Wow. And I am present to your future desire. Whoa. So let's talk about this future wealth. Now, we experience the occurring world and future from conversations we choose to generate for having the future and occurring world we desire, experience, expressed, and producing results in our lives. So, of course, you know, we have a little exercise intended to empower you in creating results with velocity. So anyone who knows me, heard of me, or, you know, is present, already have their pens and paper in hand, and they have their pencils, and we don't need erasers because what's so is this what's so. Now, making promises and requesting promises using by when. Y'all heard that? By when. By when. Light bulb. Now, the fastest way to produce results is in the power of your word. An aspect of the power of your word is the ability to make promises and request promises from others. So when you make a promise, you're giving your word. You're making a declaration to the divine and the universe. You are commanding the universe. You are saying, this will be so. The more willing you are to make promises and be your word in the fulfillment of those promises, power builds in your words. Thus, literally and figuratively, when you say money, money starts to fall out of the air. Money, 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 money. So powerful. I'm sorry. I digress. Your power is magnified 10 times when you are effective at making requests and using a by when. When you request a promise from another, you are empowering your word and empowering their word. So I'm going to say that again. When you request a promise from another, you are empowering their word and you are empowering your word. When you add by when, your power multiplies exponentially. Now, create the following categories. Pen and paper, y'all ready? I already know. This is Prosperity Family, yes. Relationships, money, and well-being. Those are the three categories. Relationships, money, and well-being. Now, under each category, answer these questions. Who will I make a request of that will further the results I seek to accomplish in this area? And by when will I make the request? All right, I just thought about 5 people already. Okay. Got to write them down. Write it down. Make it plain. Now, notice if the first thing that pops in your mind is, I don't need anything from anyone in a specific area, that is a bright red warning sign. Your mind is running the show, not your word. I had 5 people. Come on, y'all. Y'all should have like 20 by now. So people resist giving their word. Thus, They resist asking anyone to give their word. You may notice you don't want to be pinned down by the by-when. Now, as detailed and specific as we can say or think we are, by-when, quote, by-when, end quote, is a test for yourself and for the one you would be served by when making requests of others. The quotes by when, end quote, will tell you if a person is blowing smoke or really in the game.
May I insert something right quick?
Yes, you can.
Okay, yeah. If we had the little signals, it would be burning share, burning share. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be really honest with you. By wins, you'll get upset because people will call you on your by. Well, you said it was going to be by win X. And it's like, damn, I said that. Now, fellas, I work with a lot of women. They have really good memories. So you may want to go hide in the corner sometime after the by winds flow. But I will say this. It is challenging. It really, really is. I'm working with one of the Prosperous Divas, and she makes some points. She said, well, Ronnie, we made a by-win, and it didn't happen, and this is what happened. And she was 100% accurate. And that is why you want to test yourself with a by-win. Because, see, now we can look at it and go, well, wait just a minute. You know, that did happen, and you know what, I wasn't my word. Or, you know what, we didn't create something that worked after the by-win failed. See, it takes away the personal, the ego, and it becomes about what are you trying to create? What are you trying to get accomplished? And just briefly, I'm going to add in because the Prosperous Divas are leaders. So we have a leader conversation. We do. We have now we have, you know, like little petty conversations about the news. We do that. But mainly we have the conversation leaders have. And leaders have conversations devoid.
Ronnie B. Leaders have conversations that, Ronnie B., hold each other accountable for what it is that we give our word to. So I'm going to leave it at that and not put anything else in the space because I don't know what else Ronnie B. was going to say because his technology broke down. Anywho, so Prosperity family, keep working on this exercise during the week. And if you have any questions or need any coaching, you know you can email us at divas@prosperousdivas.com. You know how to search for us on Grumpy Radio Network, prosperitydivas.com. And we're also on Facebook. Oh, he showed back up. So you can reach back out to us. And Ronnie B., was there anything else you wanted to say before we close?
Oh, wow. Okay. And, oh, wow. Okay. And, let's see, Mr. Bass. We lost Mr. Bass, and we, whatever happened, we need to bring back Fertile. We need to bring back Diva Nikki. But as I was saying was that when you have a leader conversation, the conversation is designed to get things clear, to bring clarity. So last week we had someone who wanted coaching around their business, and I was saying how don't collapse your passion with what you do to make money for income, because your passion and what works for you to have income may be totally separate, and it can empower it, but it may not be that. And in that conversation, Empress Nakia was like, kept saying passion, and I kept getting hooked. Well, we got it clear. And what it was she wanted to say, what is the why that keeps something going? What is your why in the matter? But the bottom line is that during our breaks, We work on that because we have conversations leaders have. And by when is a conversation that leaders have. Back to you, Nick. Back to you, Empress.
Oh, thank you so much, Ronnie. And I'm so glad that you came back and you completed your communication because, I gave my suggestion of what it was that you were saying and completed that in a space. However, what you just shared was that much more powerful because I just made a simple statement that was powerful in itself, and thank you for that communication and that share because that is so on point, and that is the type of conversation that we have. And there's absolutely nothing wrong, and it's so much more empowering. So, with all that being complete, a world of peace and prosperity, one listener at a time. Until next time, grow your mind and money. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Peace, love, and blessings. We're out.